Hello, and welcome to episode 66 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. This channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'll be reviewing a game from my past, Astro Fighter. Astro Fighter was released in 1979 by Data East. My first time playing this game was at a Mom Pop Pizzeria in Indianapolis, Indiana. Astro Fighter is a third-person space shooter game in which you control your ship with two directional buttons for left and right movement and one fire button. You need to shoot through a series of enemies in order to get to the mothership. There are 4 different enemies that you need to battle against throughout the game. The game takes place on a blue skyline with a moving star field. The game begins with an attack of blue alien ships. They attack in a formation of 5 aliens on the bottom row, 3 on the second row, 2 on the third row, and 1 on the top row. These aliens will remain in formation and will attack in a downward movement, although they will often make a quick upward retreat, then move either right or left and continue in a downward attack. You must avoid touching these enemies because crashing into one of them will cause the loss of a life. If you lose a life, the enemies will once again begin at the top and will attack in the same formation that they were in when you crashed. These enemies will also fire at you in an attempt to destroy your ship. They will fire downward as well as at an angle. These shots must be avoided because they cannot be destroyed. There are also meteors that will fly downward that you can shoot for bonus points. Similar to Space Invaders, every time you shoot an enemy ship, the remaining ships will attack faster. You need to destroy all the enemy ships before they reach the bottom of the playfield, because if any of the ships reach the bottom of the playfield and disappear, an entire new set of enemy ships will begin attacking from the top of the playfield, although your ship will move up just over the height of your ship. Battling the enemy ships from this higher position will make it harder to shoot them all before they reach the bottom. Your ship can be moved up 3 times, which will place it about halfway up the playfield. Once it reaches this height, it will remain there. There are often times it is a good strategic move to sacrifice one of your ships to avoid being moved up to a new position. You also have a limited amount of fuel for your ship. There is a fuel meter near the top of the screen just under the yellow score display. The amount of fuel is shown by a red bar that will decrease to the left. The fuel consumption is cumulative and will not reset if you lose a life. If your fuel runs low, your ship will begin to flash red. If you run out of fuel, your game is over no matter how many lives you have left. Once you destroy all the blue ships, you will face a set of purple enemy ships. These enemies will attack in 2 staggered rows of 6 enemies. Just like the first round, these enemies will attack in a downward formation and will occasionally retreat and move to the left or right before returning to the downward attack. Just like the blue enemies, these enemies will fire both vertical and diagonal shots. Once you destroy all the purple ships, you will face the green enemy ships. There will be 12 green ships altogether, although there is no formation to these ships. Each ship will attack on its own, and they will attack in a downward and angular pattern. Similarly to the previous enemies, they will retreat before changing directions. These enemies will also fire downward and angular shots. Due to the randomness of this attack pattern, this round is the hardest. Once you destroy all the green ships, you will face an attack of the yellow enemy ships. There will be 15 ships, and they will attack in the formation of 5 columns of 3 ships each. They will attack in a straight downward vertical attack and will not retreat or move sideways. These enemies will also fire downward and diagonally. After you destroy all the yellow ships, you will be transferred to the dark of space where you will face the large GS mothership. Before the ship enters the playfield, your ship will be returned down to the lowest position of the playfield, no matter how high it was moved during gameplay. The mothership will move in a random left-right pattern, all while firing down and angular shots at you. You need to shoot the mothership in the white section to destroy it. Once you destroy it, your ship will automatically move under the remaining portion and a fuel line will extend to your ship, filling it with fuel, and the game will repeat with the blue ships at a harder difficulty. Your ship will also begin at the lowest level, no matter how high it was on the last go-around. The scoring for this game is as follows. You'll earn 20 points for each blue ship, 30 points for each purple ship, 40 points for each green ship, 50 points for each yellow ship, and 300 points for each GS mothership. During my research, I found that you are able to earn 950 points for destroying the mothership on your first shot, although I was able to get it on my second shot, although it may have been one of the cheat codes that allowed this score to happen. You will also earn 60 points for each meteor destroyed. I did enjoy playing this game, although I found it got repetitious very quickly, but I still recommend playing it if you can find it in an arcade or on an emulator. I enjoyed playing this game more than Galaxy Wars, but not quite as much as Super Glob, so I ranked Astro Fighter 42nd overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos every Wednesday and Sunday.